Little ET pug. Are you going to come out? This is me trying to keep my life together. Would you look at that? Let's just close that up. Hi. You happy we're home? So we just booked our vacation rental for Tofino. It's not either of the properties that I showed in last week's vlog, but this place is still really, really nice, and we're super excited, and we're like this much closer now. This is the house that we booked. It's just the bottom part. Someone else lives upstairs. But it's super nice, and the kitchen looks nice. It has a fireplace, so that'll be good if it's raining, or even if it's not. And it has like really big windows, which is nice. That's what I picture when I think of a house in Tofino. And I like that it has the barbecue there. I really like barbecuing. We just have to book one more thing and then our trip's all set. Just chilling. Just chilling on that mall. Maverick, this week's vlog is going to be all about you. Well, not all about you, but mostly about you.
Do you want nanums? Nanums? You want nanums? Oh, get you.
Because this week's vlog is about Maverick, I figured I should talk about how Kara and I got him. Kara and I got Maverick at the beginning of May 2015. It was in March, and we were in Kara's dorm room at the university. And we knew that we were going to be moving in with each other and that we wanted to get a dog, but we weren't actually planning on getting a dog until the end of the summer. I was looking through ads on Kijiji for puppies, and I found one for a pug, or for pug puppies. And I know that's Kara's favorite breed of dog, and so I asked her if she was serious about getting a dog or not, and she said she was. So we contacted the seller, and he called us and he asked us about like how often we'd be home and like what our living situation is and stuff like that, just to make sure that we'd be a good home for the puppy. We were looking at the pictures that night, and Kara and I both agreed that we wanted a fawn pug, and there's really light fawn pug puppies in this litter, and we wanted one of the male ones. But when we got there, like to the owner's house, we saw this dark gray puppy, and we immediately knew that was the one that we wanted, and that was Maverick. Maverick was 2 days old the first time we saw him, and that's when we put the deposit down on him, and then we would come and visit him about once every week after that or so. I feel like he got to know us before we brought him home. When it was time to bring him home in May, we went there and with a kennel that we bought off of Kijiji, but first we had to go to the bank and get the rest of the money that we owed the owner. And when we got to the house, we gave him the money, and he was counting it, and we were getting ready to put Maverick in the kennel, and he goes, "You guys are short $20. And Kara and I were both really confused because we made sure that we took out enough money. And so we were looking around and we were like, how could we lose $20? But I'm pretty sure it was in Kara's pocket. Everything got sorted out in the end, and we got him home and we put him in the car, and he cried the entire way home. And it didn't matter what Kara was doing. She was trying to give him his favorite treats and like pet him and stuff, and he still cried. a cage because they used to have dogs, and they gave us an old cage of theirs. We were setting the cage up. Well, Kara was setting the cage up. I don't know what I was doing. I could hear it like clinking together, and then all of a sudden I just hear Kara start screaming. And so I run over to see what the problem is, and I can see her finger is jammed in between the two parts of the cage. I could remember my uncle telling us how to put it together, but I couldn't remember what he said. And so I was trying to ask Kara, do I lift it? Do I pull it? Do I push it? What do I do? And she just screamed. Maverick was standing there in the corner with his ears flat against his head, and this is his first few moments home with us. And Kara's just screaming at the top of her lungs. And she said the only thing going through her mind was the image of my uncle saying, "This is easy." The first night that we brought Maverick home was kind of weird. Kara said it's kind of like having a third wheel. One thing I always found really interesting is that Maverick didn't cry at all the first night with us. It wasn't until the second night that he cried, and I think it was because he wanted to play. The first few days were kind of weird to get used to too, because we had just moved into our new apartment and we actually got Maverick before we got the apartment, so we were like, we have to have a place that's dog friendly. And we didn't tell our parents that we got him yet, so they were like, well, why does it have to be dog friendly? Both knew we really wanted to get a dog, but we didn't put a lot of thought into it yet, especially around the time when we had found the ad on Kijiji for Maverick. We didn't do much planning into like how we were going to pay for everything and budget it, so we just kind of had to figure it out as we went along. But I don't think we would ever regret getting Maverick, and we both agree that this was the best decision that we've ever made. And I can't imagine what it would be like without him.
He's sleeping.
No, he's not. Not anymore. I woke him up.